Hey guys, welcome to the next video on Linux command line tutorial for beginners. And in this video I'm going to show you how we can use head and tail commands in Linux. So head and tail commands generally we can use with files, and the head and tail are actually doing the opposite of each other. So the head command can be used to output the first part of the file, and the tail command can be used to output or print the tail part or last part of the file. Now generally by default, whenever you use a head or tail command, they will print first 10 lines using head command or last 10 line using tail commands. Okay, so let's see how we can use the head and tail command. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the var/log directory of my system, where lots and lots of log files are there. Okay, so I'm going to do ls, and I can see so many logs files are there, right? And I want to use the head and tail command to see the content of these files, right? So for example, I will use head command, and then for example, let's see which file we want to see. So there will be a file called dmesg file, dmesg, and just use head with this file. So this is a file, and you can use any other log file, and this head file can be used in many ways, but generally it's used with log files and other kind of files, right? So just write head and the name of the log file you want to see, and then press enter, and it's going to show you the first 10 lines of this text file. Okay, and the tail command can be used to show the last 10 lines. So when I use, instead of head, I use tail dmesg, and then it's going to show the last 10 lines of this dmesg file. Okay, so let me clear the terminal once again. Now for example, I want to change the number of lines I want to see. Okay, so this is also possible. So for example, I want to see just 3 lines using head command. So I can use head and then -n and the number of line. For example, 3, I want to see first 3 lines and the name of your file. So just write dmesg and press enter, and it's going to show the first 3 lines. And same you can do with the tail command. So you can just write tail and then -n3 and the name of the file. It's going to show you the last 3 lines of the file. Okay, basically you can also use this tail or head command like this. So just write tail and then minus the number of line you want to show. You don't even need to use the n flag with it, so the same output will be there. Okay, so this can be used in this way also. Now the other use of this head and tail command is using the flag f. So I'm going to once again clear the terminal, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to just use the tail command, for example, and then with -f flag and then the name of the file, for example. So I'm going to just use this file once again and press enter, and what it's doing is it's printing the last 10 line, but it's not, going out of the terminal output, right? So it's hanging around and it's going to watch for this file, and whenever this file changes, then this output will also change. So it's going to append the last line, for example, and it's going to show you the last 10 lines again. Okay, so this f flag is for follow, and it's going to show you the last 10 line, and this kind of tail with f can be used whenever you are doing input and outputting using some input source or output source, using serial or any other communication you are doing with your Linux operating system. So whenever you want to see the output, what's the output is on the tail of your file, then you can use the app flag. So it's going to show you appended lines of code here also. Okay. Now, one more thing you can do with the head and tail commands is you can use multiple files with head and tail commands. So for example, I use head and then the name of the file. First file I want to use is once again this file, and the next file I want to use, for example, I can search for this file. Let's say you want to use this kernel log file. Okay, so the first file, second file, and you can use multiple files to see the first 10 lines of these files. So I am going to just press enter, and you can see first it has printed the first 10 line of the message file, and then it has printed the 10 lines of this kernel log file. Okay, so this is how also you can use this command. Once again, I'm going to clear the terminal, and once again I can use this command, but with this flag which shows the number of lines, and just press enter, and it's going to show you the first 3 lines from the dmessage command and first 3 lines from the kernel log file. Okay, so this is how you can use generally the head and tail commands in your Linux operating system. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please rate, comment, subscribe, and bye for now.